New polling suggests the economy could dominate the midterm elections. And with 5 weeks to go before Election Day, both parties are trying to hammer home their messaging, and they're trying to sway voters. The Biden administration had both Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Vice President Kamala Harris at the Freedman's Bank Forum. They were promoting equity when it comes to economic opportunity for Americans.
We know that we need to do all we can to build a fairer economy. And that's why we have put racial equity at the forefront of our agenda at Treasury.
America is a nation driven by the ambition and aspiration of her people. And so let us continue to fight to make sure all people have a chance to realize their dreams and to determine their own future.
And it's their future that Americans seem to be worrying about the most heading into the midterms. A new Monmouth poll shows 82% of Americans ranking inflation as extremely or a very important issue. Issues like crime, jobs, and immigration follow, and abortion comes in seventh with 56% seeing that issue as extremely or very important. Republicans and Democrats are trying to frame economic and social issues in their messages to voters. In Wisconsin, which could be a swing state for Senate control, the talk is dollars and cents.
Wisconsinites and Americans in general are fed up with inflation and the economy.
Inflation is the greatest concern for here.
Are there any October surprises in store for the economy so Americans can get some relief? Some analysts say it's not likely in the near future.
The economic situation continues to deteriorate. We've had 8 consecutive quarters of real incomes declining for families in this country, and that amounts to nearly a $5,000 pay cut for families.
A separate August report from Lending Club points out 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, especially with inflation. People are even more squeezed thanks to higher prices for things like groceries and housing. It's up about 5% from this time last year as inflation has hit a 40-year high. A Bank of America survey found that more than 70% of the workforce feels their pay isn't keeping up with prices. There have been reports Yellen might step down as a potential response from the Biden administration to economic woes. She denies that report.
You might leave as Treasury Secretary at some point in the near future. Any truth to that?
There is no truth to that.
Okay.
Both Republicans and Democrats are trying to win over independent voters, but the Monmouth survey has that coveted voting bloc twice as likely to choose economic issues over social issues when they cast their ballots. And that could be bad news for Democrats. Galka, CBN News.